If you're a longtime Grand Theft Auto player, you're already used to the maps in-game being in island formats. However, this wasn't always the case, with the first 3D era title, GTA 3, having a landlocked map to the north. And today I'm showcasing the rest of the Grand Theft Auto map concepts if they were landlocked. So stick around and see. I will reveal the reason why I made this video toward the end, so let's jump straight into it. I'll quickly show and talk about the Grand Theft Auto 3 map. As you can see, the map is landlocked, and on land you have tunnels that lead into the hills with roadblocks, giving the illusion that there's something more beyond the map borders. However, as expected, this isn't true, and someone skilled enough with the dodo or with mods can easily go beyond and see what's in the back of the map. And fun fact, the bank and part of town you see in the opening scene during the heist isn't present on a playable area of GTA 3 anywhere. That area exists behind the map and can't be accessed without mods, which once again gives the illusion that something exists beyond the playable area. Although I wish Rockstar developed the map to include that town and a countryside, we all know there were hardware limitations, and probably because this was the first 3D era Grand Theft Auto game, it's understandable. Moving on to GTA Vice City, we're looking at a concept of a landlocked version made by GDN001. First, we can spot the extended part of the map, a western region with another town. It's surrounded by countryside and potentially some hills. You have some fields, likely farms, and what seems to be a ranch in the middle. You have a highway all around the region and a road connecting to a small version of the Florida Keys down south, or if we go by what it's called in GTA 6, Gator Keys. I'm not sure what those buildings are supposed to be, probably some motels, gas stations, and the like, followed by an empty island and then an island with a small town at the end, which would have been pretty sick if we got that originally. On the north, we have more hills, and most interesting part here is that we have these apparent water bodies surrounded by thick green borders, which I would assume are swamps based on the Everglades, and it's an interesting placement to say the least. Rockstar does in fact not always place things correctly compared to real life. It's their creative liberty, so this is believable. And then we have the rest of the map at the north connected to a landlocked / continental region just like GTA 3. You have a road and then a tunnel going into the hills, which would likely be blocked by barriers saying construction or some military blockade, or the tunnel itself could just be collapsed entirely and under repairs. In the air, since Vice City properly features helicopters and a plane, much like the original game, they can just make an invisible wall that returns you to the map. Next, we're taking a look at GTA San Andreas' map. We have this concept made by Stephen Fisher, and as we can see, this one is trying to be more geographically correct. You can see that the cities are further apart, more separated by mountains. Interesting fact is that Los Santos and San Fierro basically form the rough shape of real-life California. You have extra towns along the way and longer rivers. The highways still connect all three cities. Los Santos has pretty much doubled in size with an expanded part of the city to the east, which I'm pretty sure is based on Ontario, and there are extra roads going to Las Venturas. And speaking of which, Las Venturas is now in the middle of a larger desert region with the rough shape of real-life Nevada. Another interesting fact is how the dam is now located to the east of Las Venturas, as well as Area 69, which is a parody of Area 51, is now located far to the north of Las Venturas, pretty much just how it is in real life. The entire map is connected to a continental landmass both to the north and to the east. We have these straighter lines that are meant to be the state borders. Like I mentioned earlier, that we have the rough shape of California and Las Venturas with the borders resembling real-life Nevada. And all the way to the east, we have what's pretty much Arizona and Utah. As for what we could have beyond the map borders, given that GTA San Andreas widely features airplanes, it could be pretty much a procedurally generated desert, much like the game's own procedurally generated seabed. Or they could have that for a short distance and then feature an invisible wall that returns your plane like in GTA Vice City, or have your plane break down like in GTA 5. And even if you were to walk on foot, they could just make CG feel sick and die. Next, we take a look at GTA 4's map, and we have this one that was shared by None Such, and if you're not aware, this is based on one revealed by Rockstar North's art director and was talked about by Dan Houser if I recall correctly, and it was supposed to be huge. It's an early sketch of the map planned for GTA 4 that was unfortunately severely downscaled and what we got in the end thanks to console limitations. We can notice that Bohan has been relocated to the north of Algonquin, while the north region of Dukes is massively expanded with a countryside and even includes a small lake. The airport doesn't sit next to the water anymore and includes a small region to the east and south, and there's a small island connecting that part of the map with Broker. North of Bohan, there's more of the countryside. Both this and north of Dukes would likely be connected by bridges and overall be made up of forests, filled with pine trees and other types of vegetation. Algonquin hasn't really seen much of a change besides the connection with Bohan now. But Alderney has seen a drastic change to the west. There's land everywhere. To the north, we likely have more forests, but also hills and mountains that extend to the northwest if we base ourselves on the original sketch. In the west, we have a large lake, some buildings, what seems to be an abandoned airfield, and then a seemingly newer active airport, a river, and then more to the countryside or forests to the south. Honestly, if this is what we had gotten back in 2008, everyone would have been blown away. Both the sketch and this concept don't show more, but we can assume if this was supposed to be landlocked, which likely would be, then at the west, potentially it would be blocked by mountains. And if roads extended all the way there, then it would likely have tunnels but blocked in some way. As for how they could prevent you from flying over with helicopters or reach too far, like in GTA 5, they could just make your helicopter break down, and since GTA 4 originally didn't feature parachutes, you would be 100% cooked. As for the DLCs, they could just add a wanted level and you would eventually be turned into Swiss cheese. In GTA 5's case, there aren't really any good concepts for landlocked versions. There are these two pictures I found, but they are extremely low in resolution, and honestly it's not that interesting either. I think everyone would have preferred if we got modern and expanded versions of San Fierro and Las Venturas and their respective surrounding areas in island formats. But it's understandable because GTA 5 running on a PS3 is a miracle in itself. Severe limitations hampered the potential this game had. Not to mention that Rockstar never planned for GTA 5 to last this long. Hopefully GTA 6 features an evolving map with all the hints of Gloriana in Liberty City, we'll see. I made this video because for a while now, the GTA 6 mapping project ditched the Panhandle and its landlocked version, with the northern area now labeled as unknown. Obviously, GameRoll has stated before that the map is supposed to still be an island, as usual, while Sav has stated that some other people in the know are hinting that there might be more than we're led to believe. Usually, the arguments for GTA remaining as an island are the fact that it features aircraft, but GTA 5 makes your plane break if you go too far from the map anyway. There are other creative ways to prevent you from reaching too far, like a wanted level that has the military hunt you down, severe bad weather and lightning strikes, or your character just feeling sick and die. So let me know what you think down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed looking at these as much as I have. Like and subscribe. I'll catch you all in the next one.